friends. Welcome to the Snack Show.
Look at us. We have a guest.
We have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. You guys get excited. Jamie Crockett.
Yes, that's my name.
What is my favorite thing in the whole entire world besides snacks?
Running.
Woo, girl.
Spicy take.
She diverted. I thought she was going to bring it in, and she went the other way.
Well, I wanted to answer honestly.
Well, yeah,
that's the
fair.
honest answer. I also know you're leading the witness, but I wanted to answer honestly.
That's true.
That's true. Here's my pickle.
What's that?
When you're in a pickle?
Oh, what's your pickle?
That I knew what you wanted me to answer, but I felt like I needed to answer honestly.
Okay, if I was leading you and you took the bait, what would you have said?
Eating, snacking, and watching something
Yes!
at the same time.
Running to the
There it is.
Running to the fridge. That's my
when she said running, she meant running to the fridge and then running to the living room. So tell the folks what we're talking about today.
Today, we got a really great idea from our friend Keri Anne. And we are discussing snacks that show up in movie and TV shows.
Love it.
Snacks from the screen, y'all. This is so exciting because we know this. We haven't talked about it much, but we know this. When you're watching a movie, when you're watching a show, you see this food on the screen and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to taste that so bad.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, it was honestly shocking as I prepared how fast I was like, oh, this and this and this and this and this.
Right.
So hopefully we have enough time to discuss everything that we have all found together.
Well, yes, let's dive right in. Okay, so again, here's our guest. Look at her. She's so lovely. Her name is Keri Anne Parker. And Keri Anne, would you please tell us what makes you the expert for snacks from the screen?
Oh my gosh, I have a lifetime of knowledge.
Yes.
So, amateur baker, cooker.
Love it.
Stay-at-home mom vibes. I from a young age loved cooking and baking, and so and it turns out one of our family friends worked for Southern Living for a long time in the test kitchens, and she was the one who kind of taught me to cook. Like, opened her cabinet and there's like 20 different kinds of flour, and I was like, I thought there was just all purpose.
Sure.
And
why would you need more? It's called
all
purpose.
All purpose. But
I have
now
questions.
there's like almond and all the all the things.
So one that starts with a C.
Cockroach. There's
cockroach.
There is literally cockroach
No,
flour.
this is like Casanova. Wait,
Oh.
flour.
Wait.
It's not Casanova.
Casanova flour. That's put a
Very
pin in
dreamy.
that one. Back to cockroach flour. Tell me more.
Is there any attachment to an actual cockroach?
Yes.
I think so.
What?
I don't know enough about it, but I just had a friend that
Is this
was like
what they-
gluten free, and it was like, she was like, oh yeah, I've heard of it, and I was like, wait, what? I don't want to try that.
Wait.
I've watched Survivor, and that's the only time that you should ever have to approach a cockroach adjacent snack.
Y'all, I have to tell you the truth. Two scientists from Rio Grande, Brazil, have developed a flour made of cockroaches.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
That
out.
contains 40% more protein than normal wheat flour. I get it. I get it.
I'm
We're
getting grossed out. I need to
Yeah,
move
okay.
on.
Okay, moving on. So there's that, and then anytime I watch a movie or TV show and they're making something delectable on the screen, I'm always like, I can do that.
Yeah.
And kind of the origin story of this is when I was in college, I went to watch a movie on the lawn. It was which is the one with Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, Willy Wonka.
Okay,
Yeah.
whichever one that was. And the whole movie's filled with chocolate, and you're like, oh my goodness, this makes me want all the chocolate things. But no.
Amen.
At the end, there's this scene where they're sitting around the family table that's like been moved into the factory, and there's this gorgeous roast chicken, roto chick, if you will, on the table. And so my friends and I left there and said, we're going to Walmart, going to that little case, getting ourselves a roto chick, and eating that. And so that always makes me go, well, I can make that. And you just want that feeling, and you go, should I put maple syrup on spaghetti?
Sure.
Should I make beignets?
Yeah.
Should I try to make the million recipes that Julie makes in Julie and Julia?
Mm-hmm. Amen.
And that's just my vibe.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, I'm glad
We're
we have you
approaching
here.
this from different places where you watch it and want to make it. I watch it and just want to drive myself to the store to buy
Eat
it.
it.
Fair.
So we're all getting to the same end point. We're just the two paths have diverged, and hopefully we'll meet up together at the end.
Love it. Yes.
But the thing is, we can do that together. Keri Anne can cook for us. We can eat it.
I can bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
If you cook it, I will come.
Okay.
I love it.
Gosh, new motto.
Sit
Okay.
it on a pillow.
There is a table in front of us.
Yes.
And on this table, there's a delectable tray full of goodness.
Yes.
Lead us off.
Okay, so, if you have been living under a rock, you wouldn't know the show Ted Lasso. But here is the biscuits.
She brought us Ted Lasso biscuits.
From Ted Lasso. Because I watched the show and I was like, well, I can
Will
make that.
this get me closer to Roy Kent is really the question.
Ooh,
if I
she's
eat
got
this,
a big crushy crush.
I do.
Listen,
Big crushy crush.
Listen,
Brett
Roy
Goldstein,
Kent.
if you listen to the snack show, I love you.
I love it.
I love it. First
Okay.
last name. I'm here for it.
Carrie Anne,
I've
question.
never said that on the pod before, so I don't throw that out willy-nilly.
True Confessions with Jamie.
It's true. Okay, so when you were watching the show, was he making it with certain ingredients so you kind of knew what he was making? I can't remember.
Yeah, how'd you figure it out?
How'd you
Because he
figure it
buys
out?
it in the store for her every day, right?
No, he makes it. That's the whole thing.
He makes it because there's one point when he gets really mad and he's like, I
Yes.
just got the recipe right.
Uh-huh.
And it's essentially like shortbread,
Okay.
which, went to the Google and searched and kind of put together a recipe and tweaked it
Okay.
for myself because my number one rule in baking is never measure vanilla because
Why would you? Yeah.
so these are Ted Lasso biscuits.
Okay,
Should we
I'm
enjoy?
reaching in. I'm reaching in.
Okay.
Will you grab one for me too, please?
They're very crumbly, just like
Ooh, they're warm still.
I just pulled them out of the oven.
Oh,
Well, that- I
freshy
just-
fresh.
To be fair, I just hit my computer and they crumbled like a snowflake.
Yeah, I'm holding mine off to the side.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Y'all,
That is so good.
it is so soft. It is crumbling in your mouth.
I don't know how Ted Lasso isn't all over all soccer teams from that sort of shortbread.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, so can you share what's in it?
So it is very easy. It's almond flour,
Uh-huh.
AP all-purpose flour, our favorite, not cockroach.
Both.
Both. Sugar,
Mhm.
butter, vanilla, and sea salt.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
Mix, bake, done. Yeah.
Wow.
Our
Wow,
friend,
wow,
our
wow.
friend Natalie at Nat Bakes Nashville, she
Oh,
gave
yeah.
me the tip to put grapefruit zest in it, which also elevates it.
Grapefruit
Really?
dust.
Zest.
Zest. First, you're going to dry a grapefruit.
I was like,
Then
tell
you're going
me.
to let it sit for 10 years. Then you're going to crumble it up and get all the dust off of it. Yum.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, where do you get grapefruit dust?
It's probably the same place you get cockroach flour.
That's true. That's
So,
true. Same store. Oh my gosh, these are so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Here, finish mine.
Okay, thanks. Okay, let's keep moving on.
Okay.
I
Not
just
because
need
I
to know.
didn't love it.
Yeah, she just.
Because I'm currently not trying not to eat sugar.
I feel
AKA
that.
keep myself out of the holiday diabetes
That's true.
for myself.
That is smart.
So I
Okay.
loved it and I passed it on.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
Okay. Love it. Okay. So, yeah, Disney occupies a lot of space of like
Yes.
really yummy things, except
Okay.
for like everybody's like, is Ratatouille actually good?
It looks good,
It looks good.
but I've tried it and it's not as
Okay.
good.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah. But
So-
that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah. But then there's like Lady and the Tramp spaghetti. There's Princess and the Frog beignets. There's even the
Yes.
like morning porridge situation from Mulan or dumplings
Yes.
from, well, that's not Disney, Kung Fu Panda. But
Well, I also want to know what's the gray stuff in Beauty and the Beast because
Same.
apparently it's delicious
Yes.
and I want to know what it is.
okay.
Same.
But that's my Disney.
I think at Disney World you can get the gray stuff at one like the Beauty and the Beast restaurant, but I think they just make it icing. Which you know,
I'm in. You have
that's
you
that's
still
all Jamie needed to hear.
You have still not lost me. And I ate at the Beauty and the Beast restaurant, but it was like a 7 a.m. reservation, so I don't think the gray stuff was available. It was a breakfast buffet while we watched it snow outside
yeah.
and
was gonna
ate in
guess
the dining room.
The gray stuff is like a porridge too, but they ate it at dinner, didn't
Yeah,
they?
in France,
France.
that's one of the biggest mysteries in life.
Huh. Okay.
Try
So.
the gray stuff.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
Don't believe me, ask the dishes.
Yeah.
So true.
Fair.
Okay.
Oh,
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of my favorites from some. Do you have any Disney movie faves? I know
that
you
was
did-
that was on my
The gray
list. That
stuff.
was my
Okay,
my
okay,
Disney
okay.
one.
One of my favorites
Yeah.
is it's in two places.
Mhm.
Parks and Rec,
Okay.
Stranger Things, waffles.
Oh, the waffles.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
they just Lego Mayagos though?
They are.
They
At
are
least
just like,
in
oh my God.
I don't know in Parks and Rec they are because they eat them in a restaurant.
Fair.
But in Stranger Things they
it
are
is
just
Eggo waffles.
Eggo waffles.
Ugh, those are so good. I can taste them right now.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if they sell this in the South, but out West we have boysenberry syrup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that, an Eggo waffle with butter and boysenberry syrup
Okay.
is chef's kiss.
Yeah. Love it.
I believe it.
I eat it once a year at Christmas time when I stay at my mother's house.
I love that so much.
This was a movie put out by Disney, but it's not a Disney story, is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turkish Delight.
Yes.
Never heard of it and had never tried it until that movie came out.
And then remember we had it recently
Because I got it. I got it again when I was in the UK.
I didn't like it
summer.
as much. Did you? I can't remember. Did you?
The
Like
kind that I brought back, there's several kinds of Turkish Delight, because the one that they eat in the movie is like a powdered, has like powdered
Right.
sugar on it, and the one we
Right.
tried this summer was one that I could travel with for a few weeks.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
But Turkish Delight,
Turkish Delight. I've never tried it. I don't know how it's made. See, I'm sitting
Yeah.
here going like, how does it?
it felt a little like it was like a jelly, like a harder jelly inside with
Sure.
some sort of like it's not a cookie on the outside.
yeah, I don't know.
It was an interesting experience. It's
It
not
was.
something that I would seek out, but I was glad I tried it.
There you go.
Okay, a movie that when I think of like a snack from a movie, of course I feel like this is a big one that people always think about, and we can do it, and we've done it. Oreo dipped in peanut butter from
Parent
Parent Trap.
Trap.
every time.
Did you know that I just read this, that Nancy, because that's only from the new Parent Trap, not the original.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
you shared this
Nancy-
in the Oreo episode.
Yeah, that Nancy Myers just like made that up because
Yeah.
she thought it sounded like a weird snack that a kid would eat at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever tried it?
Oh, yeah.
I have.
I've never tried it.
It's
Have
so
you
good.
had peanut butter Oreos?
No.
So good.
So
Okay.
good.
So
But also just an Oreo
Just
dipped
an
in.
Oreo.
Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah.
We are a house divided, the Parker household, so we have like creamy and crunchy. Are we?
Ooh, we're creamy. Team
Yeah.
creamy.
Team creamy.
What are you?
Jif
I'm
reduced-
crunchy all the way.
Jif reduced fat, creamy peanut butter.
That pains me. But more for you.
Okay, more.
She was very kind to you. If I'd have said something that divisive,
I know. Jamie
It would
gets
have gotten-
very spicy.
no, Fallon gets very spicy.
Just kidding.
Okay, also there are like restaurants I'd never heard of that I would like to try after seeing a movie.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
give it to
Number
us.
one on my list, Serendipity in New York City, because of One Fine Day
Yep.
and the movie Serendipity.
And the movies.
I-
It is.
I will
a
be
long
honest.
wait.
It's a long wait for something that you could do without.
And you could. Okay, I know.
Frozen
You can
hot
make them
chocolate is
home.
delicious, and I've tried to make it at home, and it's not the same as in the place.
Yeah, it's I would say go once and then you don't have to go again.
I've
similar.
went several times.
Oh wait, you said you've gone.
Yeah, I've
I
been.
thought you said you hadn't been.
No, I'm saying just restaurants I had never heard of until.
Oh.
Like Serendipity would not be on my radar had I
Yeah.
not seen One Fine
And
Day.
you loved it.
I loved it.
Did you
And
love the
last time,
food?
what's funny is my Time Hop Today, which is an app that like shows you
Yeah,
all your
yeah.
photos and things on social media from this day. 3 years ago today, I was in New York City and I was at Serendipity, and we sat at the table where John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale sit in Serendipity.
Oh, that's
There you
I've
go.
always sat downstairs. There's a downstairs and upstairs. Upstairs is where that scene was filmed. He leaves a scarf, then they go back for it, then they run into each other. It's serendipitous.
it is. And you and that frozen hot chocolate are as well.
Oh gosh, it's so good.
Well, mo for you. Oh, that's so good.
Other restaurants? Did you have other
Yeah.
restaurants?
What other restaurants? Did
Let
you
me
have?
look. Let me look through my list.
Did you have any restaurants?
Well, I don't have necessarily any, I didn't think of any restaurants, but I thought of like iconic dinner scenes.
Yep.
The two that stand out to me is like when you're watching that first Harry Potter and you go into the Great Hall
Yes.
and then Dumbledore says like, let the feast begin,
Oh
and
my
the plates
gosh.
just fill.
Yes.
I mean, that was like a magical moment where you're
Yes.
just like, I would like my plate to magically fill.
Yes.
When, I mean, I do
When you
love
want
to
it.
cook, but like I
Yeah.
do love the idea of it just being like
Show up
there.
materialized.
Butterbeer from Harry Potter,
Oh, of
which I
course.
have now had at Harry Potter World. But
So good,
I
so good.
remember being like, "What is that? And how do I have more of it?"
Yes, it's very sweet.
This is going to be a weird one. Dumb and Dumber. Stick with me. The diner.
Mm-hmm.
The hamburger he gets at the diner always looks so good to me.
Don't even. I just remember the soup.
The soup.
It was like,
Oh, yeah,
what's your
soup du
soup of the
jour.
day? What's the soup of the day?
Yeah.
Or soup du jour. Soup of the day. Yes.
So in another scene, before they put the hot sauce or the hot like peppers into the hamburger, I just think it looks like such a good hamburger.
Huh.
And it's like kind of like a funky restaurant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other scene I think about is from Hook.
Okay. Oh yeah.
When they're sitting around and all the Lost Boys are just like going ham. And
Rude, crude dude, bag of pre-chewed food.
oh my goodness.
My brother and I took so many times.
That came from the depths of my childhood,
Yes.
honestly.
Yes.
But yeah, they're like going ham on nothing, and he's like, "What is happening?" And then he flicks that spoon, and it is all over his face.
Such a great movie.
And then the table just becomes this magical place.
it is such a great
Yeah,
movie.
that's definitely top.
Okay, I'm ready for crickets from you two on this one because most people haven't seen this movie, but my favorite movie of all time, it's called The Great Race. It's from like the 1950s. It has Jack Lemmon in it, Tony Curtis, Natalie Wood,
Okay.
way back when. They have it's essentially the movie is about a grand race.
A race.
From, yes.
A
the
great race?
A great grand race.
Okay.
From New York to Paris. And it's like
with your feet? How are we
with
racing?
With the car. Because the car has just come out.
But how do you get
From
across
New
the
York
ocean?
to Paris?
Well, you have to watch and see. I'm not going to give any spoilers.
Oh.
So anyways, it's
Is this like a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang situation?
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Fallon is
seen it
coming.
either.
We are watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Okay,
Sold.
Dad.
I have watched that movie so many times, and I make people watch it, and now my friends' children sing it, and neither of the parents have seen the movie, and they're like, we don't know what's going on, and I was like, I do!
Great. Yeah, I'm in for
Okay.
movie night. So anyways, it's a villain and a good guy, and they're trying to race to the finish line first. There's a bunch of other people, but they get out of the scene, and it's just down to these two. And in the scene, they go to, I believe it's Russia. No, it's past Russia. Where is it? France?
Past Russia is also the ocean again.
Anyways, they land in some country.
She's not wrong.
And they have a food fight in this grand kitchen at the palace. And so it's all these like wedding cakes and cupcakes and all these like pastries. And they have this gigantic food fight. And like every so often they'll like, eat the food. And so I've always wanted to do a gigantic like pastry food fight.
I've never heard of this movie.
Oh, we'll add it to the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
double
night.
feature.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot probably from the 50s that I haven't heard of. Was your mom into that? Like, tell me.
Oh, yeah. That was my
Okay.
mom's favorite movie. She introduced it to me.
Yeah, I would say those old movies are
Yeah.
usually because it's something your parent or your grandparent loved, and that's
Yes.
why you've seen it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, you talked about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory at the beginning. I want to circle back, but to the original one with
Yep.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Yep.
When they eat that gum that's like a whole meal.
Yes.
And it's kind of like spiky.
That's before she turns into a no, that's a gobstopper you're thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
gum
before
is
she
like
turning
literally-
violet, right?
isn't that what turns her violet?
Yes.
Because she turns
Yes.
into a blueberry. Violet, you're turning violet,
She's like,
Violet.
oh, it's a blueberry pie or whatever it is.
But I want to try gum.
Yes.
That's a whole meal.
Yes.
That was
Same,
on my
same,
list.
Same.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a really good one. And I'll go back to the original movie when they're in that room with the chocolate waterfall and
And
everything.
everything's edible.
Someone grabs a like licorice and stretches it out.
Oh,
and
you
then
love
bites
a
into
licorice.
It, and I want to bite that licorice so bad.
yeah.
And there's a giant gummy bear that someone tries.
Yes.
Oh, and when Gene Wilder eats or drinks the soup and then bites into the cup, I mean, so many things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So many things.
Yeah. All for
Take
it.
me back. Okay, tell us about. Oh, spoiler alert! She sent us a list beforehand. I see on this list.
Hey, let's clarify. She didn't send us a list. She sent you a list.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what we're talking about. So I just want to make sure that this is a room
Sorry.
of transparency, which is totally fine.
It's fine.
You guys had a prep call yesterday. Fallon asked if I could be a part, and I was
she
in a
couldn't.
meeting. So I get it. There's no judgment. I just want to observationally say, not us, you.
Okay, me. We are bonding on this so hardcore. Matilda, the chocolate
The
cake.
chocolate cake.
The chocolate.
The chocolate cake.
But like one slice.
Not the whole thing.
Not the whole thing in front of the whole school.
Right.
Where you like
Right.
are
But
covered in it.
man, I want that chocolate cake. In fact, there was a chocolate cake similar to that one that I grew up on. Have you guys heard of the restaurant Bill Knapp's?
No.
It's probably just a St. Joe, Michigan thing. But they were known for their chocolate cake, chocolate frosting cakes. And they look just like
The
one from
layered
each
like
other.
that?
Yes. So good.
Okay.
I want to know how many of our listeners have watched Matilda, because I make a Trunchbull reference probably once every other month, and almost every time people are like, what? And I'm like, it's not only a movie, but it was a book. Did you not read
I
as
read
a
the
kid?
book. It was my
Yeah.
favorite book
Yeah,
as a
like
kid.
Roald Dahl books. But anyways, I'll be dressed in something and I'll be like, I'm really giving out Trunchbull energy right now. And people are like, what are you talking about?
What's Trunchbull energy?
What's that?
That's amazing.
So anyways, I just want to just do a census. Who knows Matilda?
Yeah.
Because
Let
I
us
felt
know.
like that was like a real baseline childhood thing. You know?
Yeah.
Speaking of childhood things,
Yes.
a Goofy movie.
Oh, love her.
Oh, the cheese
The
pizza.
Leaning Tower of Cheese. I wanted to do that with Cheese Whiz. Note to self, doesn't actually work when you're not in a cartoon. Doesn't stand up.
Well, now they have, what's the thing? The fountain. You could do like a cheese fountain.
Yeah, but I was a kid. I just wanted to Cheese Whiz into a...
Oh my gosh, that is... And it's in his hand. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I also didn't know what the Leaning Tower of Pisa was at that time, so it was really just an educational moment top to bottom.
Right. Oh my gosh, that was a good one.
And the other kid one is, did you guys ever read Harriet the Spy?
Of course.
I don't think I did.
Tomato sandwiches?
Tomato sandwiches.
Yes.
My mom read Harriet the Spy as a kid and loved tomato sandwiches, and so then I read Harriet the Spy, and then like when we were probably in middle school was when that movie came out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a tomato fan when it's whole like that, so I wouldn't want to participate, but I loved that movie.
You don't love a BLT?
Oh, I love a BLT, but I
Okay.
take away the T.
Again,
And I add an A. I add an A. Avocado.
She'll be like, "Yeah, I love a BLT, but I never eat it because a BLT includes tea."
Remove that T, add the A. Good to go.
I love you so much.
I love you too. Okay, here's another one. Spoiler alert on the list. The Office pot of chili.
Chili, that was on my list too.
You guys, I have some insider secrets about that scene. Are you ready for this?
Oh, can't wait.
So think about the science. If you had a big pot of chili like he did, it's really going to be hard to like tip it over because it's going to be bottom heavy.
Yeah.
So what they did is they added a layer of styrofoam on the bottom.
So that the chili was all on the top.
All the chili was on the top. So scientifically,
That
it
it was
had more
top heavy.
torque to do top heavy and spill.
How do you know this trade secret?
Kevin.
Oh,
the guy that did it.
You know Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. What's his name in real life? I don't know.
I think it's
Anyways,
Brian.
he was
something.
doing an interview and he shared
right.
the trade secret. He was like, actually, I got a little insider information on what happened.
Oh wow,
there."
you got it straight from the source.
Yeah, straight from the horse's mouth.
Also,
Wow.
like random story, my husband's groom's cake, the last layer of the cake was styrofoam. So we have video literally of us cutting the cake, and we're like,
Can't cut it.
like we're like, this has gotten really stale, guys. And then like the wedding planner is like,
why? Why?
to make it look bigger.
You just so that you didn't have to make as much cake, but it
I
gave
guess
it
so.
the.
It was like 2 layers, but then the
Okay.
3rd layer was like wrapped in fondant, and we were like, this
can't
is not
get it.
cutting.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Do we
styrofoam.
know the history on the groom's cake? We never did that up north.
We didn't either. The only
Oh.
reference I have to a groom's cake is Steel Magnolias when it is
the
armadillo
armadillo.
with red
Oh,
velvet
yes.
inside, so it looks like it's bleeding.
And then they cut
There's a
off
lot
the-
I learned from Steel Magnolias as a child that about Southern culture that I did not know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me.
I also say drink
funny.
your juice, Shelby, all the time, and no one ever knows that reference either. Thank you. So between Trunch Bowl and Steel Magnolias, I am just
Listen, I've got some Weezer vibes.
I'm just out. Me too. Me too.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I love it.
I feel like that, like the pot of chili from The Office is
Yeah.
like born out of like a funny moment, but then I always think about perfecting the bad pie in The Help.
Oh yeah, the non-bad
Because
pie.
they're talking about how wonderful this pie is, but then the
Right.
version she gives, like the nice lady, is
Also in The
Not
Help,
the best.
fried chicken.
Oh,
the
yes,
fried-
the
Minnie Don't
fried
Burn No Chicken.
Minnie's
Yeah.
fried chicken. That was on
Yeah.
my list.
It's so good
Yeah.
looking.
none of it.
Okay, also this is just a candy, but
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces in ET.
Oh, of course. And guess what? We can try those.
We can.
We can.
Yeah, that's in my genre of you just drive to the store and purchase it. You don't have to make anything.
I've only seen that once.
It's
and
fine.
it was like 20 years ago, and I think I like never saw the Goonies, never saw
You never saw the Goonies?
No, I did see the
Oh,
Goonies,
okay.
but I didn't grow up in the era where I watched it all the time,
Yeah,
and so people would
Okay.
like anyway. That's
We're adding
sidebar.
it to our. I think we're just gonna have a movie marathon. We'll add it to the list
Okay.
of movies to rewatch. and
What,
watch
Goonies
first.
or ET?
Both.
Okay.
This is a
so now we have
a 4-night.
quadruple.
Yeah,
Great
quadruple.
Race,
Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang,
Chitty
ET,
Chitty
Goonies. What's our fourth?
the Great Race,
The
was
Great Race.
Oh, The Great Race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
This random movie that we don't know is real.
2 from the 50s, 2 from the 80s.
There we go.
Okay,
Love it so much. Speaking of the 50s, did you say 50s?
Yeah.
Sorry, I blinked for a minute. Do you guys watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
100%.
Yes.
Oh, all the food that they make, I want to eat. like in the diner with her and her husband.
Yeah, I want to be in that diner.
It's just like all, I don't know. It's just like homemade goodness, you know? Just like, yeah, just homemade soul food.
I just want to be in that era.
Same.
Yes.
Except for the fact that I have to wear a dress and heels all the time.
And like
is true.
petticoat situations.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all of that. And
Yeah,
then the
yeah,
face
yeah.
cream she puts on. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
And then she looks beautiful before her husband wakes up.
yes. And she like does everything before he wakes
Right.
up. And
Right.
there is a restaurant in Disney World. I think it's still open. That like has like it's like a 50s primetime diner, and it has like all that kind of food. And they, you know, you get up to go to the restroom, and they're like, "Tell me what color the soap is," so they make sure. And you have to have like a clean plate club, or the waiters like shame you. It's just a whole
Really?
experience. Yeah, my family and I used to
Interesting.
love it.
Shaming at Disney World. That feels off-brand, but okay.
I know.
It's just kind of like sassy, like your
Yeah.
mom's cooking. And they have
Well, if you
meatloaf
want
and-
a
Got it.
real like franchise version of that, Johnny Rockets.
Or
oh,
Ed DeBevick's
say what now?
from Chicago. Ed DeBevick's.
Those are only in big cities. We had those in LA.
Oh, really?
But those are nothing like Seattle North. There was
Got
I
it.
just remember there was one, but I think it closed in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Huh. Interesting.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. Okay, going with the theme of older eras.
Yes.
I really want, go with me now. Original, not original. Second original Winona Ryder, Little Women. When
Oh.
they have the table full of the Christmas meal and
The
they have the
Christmas feast.
orange on top of the bread. I'm like, I want that orange. I want that bread. I want what's over there. That
Yep.
whole spread.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be that's my favorite Little Women. I went
know,
and
me
saw that in
too.
the theater for my birthday one year.
So good.
My birthday's in January. It came out at Christmas time.
Fair.
Love it. I haven't seen the old one in a long time.
Like the old or like the Winona Ryder?
The
old?
Winona Ryder.
I have it on DVD.
I was gonna say I have it on DVD. I watch it every Christmas.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list.
So we don't even have to watch it together. If you just want to borrow it and watch it at any
yeah.
time.
I don't know why Kirsten Dunst like annoyed me in that
Oh,
movie.
she was supposed to.
She was
but
supposed to,
she's
yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah.
But Flo Pugh didn't annoy me as much in the new one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought she was pretty.
But Christian
ratchet.
Bale makes up for whatever annoyance you have
Exactly.
towards Kirsten Dunst.
Preach,
So
preach.
Ooh.
I just watched the new one in the scene where Flo Pugh says to Timothée, and he was like, she's like, no, don't do this. After I've loved you my entire life, I will not be second to Joe. Oh my gosh. Just
Timothée, man.
really got you.
it got me. I had tears. Whew. Okay. Anything else, ladies? Anything else? Movies, shows, anything else we want to talk about food related?
I do, because
Yes.
what I want to talk about is the rise of the Cosmopolitan from Sex and the City.
Oh, drink.
Interesting.
A drink.
Okay. I was never a Sex in the City watcher.
I wasn't
so-
either. I've seen
Same.
maybe 1.5 episodes, but
Okay.
like, tell me a world where Cosmopolitans were really popular with 20-somethings until,
Sure.
you know, I
Yeah.
just,
What is a Cosmo?
It's a
we know?
martini.
Okay.
it is
That's my knowledge.
Tell me
something
more.
in cranberry. Vodka and cran, I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, we have a Googs for this.
Also, the things I wanted to mention are 2 restaurants that have come out of movies.
Okay.
The Cheers Bar
Yep.
Oh, right.
and Coyote Ugly.
Really? Wait, is that in Nashville?
There is one in Nashville.
Well, it started in New York, but I think the movie came
There's, like-
first, and then I could be wrong on
Yes.
this, and then they started making the actual bars places.
Got it.
In the movie, it takes place in the lower west side. I can't remember where the Coyote
Okay.
Ugly bar is, but they do have them all over, and there is one in downtown Nashville. I have
Interesting.
been one time.
Night. Oh,
Leanne Rimes does not show up.
No. That's a real hot take, is that Leanne Rimes is actually the voice of Piper Perabo the whole movie.
wait, that's the rumor? Or that's the
No,
truth?
that's the truth. And then Leanne Rimes
Oh.
shows up at the end, but really, if you watch the whole movie and listen, it's Leanne singing top to bottom. The girl that plays the main character, Piper Perabo,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
once did she ever sing.
Got it.
So the whole soundtrack's Leanne,
That
but
makes
it's
sense.
Okay.
also in the movie.
Wow,
That's fair.
fascinating.
Okay, going back to the Cosmopolitan, Jamie Crockett, you were correct. It is vodka, Cotrone, cranberry juice, and sweetened lime juice.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't want to drink that, but I
None
feel
for
great
me.
that I knew semi what it was.
Yep.
I feel like in the drink vein, like the world became more obsessed with coffee after Gilmore Girls
Oh, 100%.
You know, 'cause-
and Friends.
and Friends.
Gotta,
Yeah.
Gotta go get, you know,
Coffee
Central
shops were
Park. Mm-hmm.
not a thing until Friends and
Yep.
Luke's Diner.
Yep. Agreed.
Also want to eat at Luke's Diner.
Same.
Did you see that they did like a Luke's Diner pop-up like at different coffee shops around Nashville?
No way.
This was a couple of years ago. I was never a Gilmore Girls fan, so I didn't really get into it, but I saw the little Luke sign everywhere.
Okay.
It was like the day that the show came out or something, but it was literally like a list of places to go. It wasn't really a pop-up. Like, it didn't feel like you were in Luke's Diner. Right. It was just
they kind of just like
the
designed
logo.
it a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I've been on that set in California.
No.
And the Gilmore Girls set,
that.
the Gilmore Girls set is the same as Heart of Dixie, which was a show that came after that with Rachel Bilson, which I loved. But it's the same town.
What you doing on the set, girl?
So it's the Warner Brothers lot. So you could take a tour, but I was there. It was when I was in college, and I don't know why. I think one of our professors maybe worked there, but we kind of got to like walk around. What's interesting is at the time, like when you see a house in a film, it's not a full house. It's usually, especially if it's on a lot, it's just the front facade so that you can film in front of it. So the front of Lorelei's house on Gilmore Girls, the back of it is the Growing Pains house.
No way.
Really?
Because they would reuse stuff. It's and so there was things like that I thought.
Magic of cinema.
And then like inside of inside, I don't think they filmed inside of where the front of Luke's Diner is. I think the inside was on a soundstage, and then they had the little town that you could film all the outside stuff.
Interesting.
Cool. But we were doing the tour, and we were standing in the gazebo that's famous.
Oh, yeah.
I said something to my friend, and they were filming over in front of Luke's Diner.
Sure.
And I heard a quiet on the set, and I was like, well, I'm too loud. I got to get out of here.
That's me.
So
That's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Hi.
Okay, to finish this off, before we go into our favorite segment, Snack of the Week, you guys have to be honest. Promise?
Okay.
Always.
Have you guys tried Lady and the Tramp spaghetti scene with someone else?
I have.
Who was it?
A toddler.
This feels problematic.
My friend's daughter was like 1.5 and wanted to try noodles. And so I had a long one and I gave it to her, and we got probably 8 inches from each other and then finished it. It's a real cute video. It's on Instagram. I can share it.
I have never.
So not in a romantic setting, but just in like a funny, haha, we're going to see if she can.
I've never had the pleasure.
Next date night.
Yeah.
You and Will be having spaghetti together.
Cool.
And I need
But
you
honestly,
to try.
the real is when you're sharing a plate with someone when you're eating.
That's true.
I like my own. Thank you
when
very
you're
much.
a dog and you're getting scraps.
Yeah.
That's
when do
true.
you nudge a meatball with your nose?
That's
Never.
and share a
date
plate.
night. I'm just saying it's a date night idea.
Manifest. Yeah.
I think I've done it before, but I can't remember who it was with.
Not memorable.
What a trollop.
Which boy was it? I can't even remember. Okay, this was so fun. Keri Anne.
What a great idea, Keri Anne. Thank you.
Such a good idea. I feel like we could have like a couple iterations of this episode because there's just so many movies, so many snacks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it again. Before we leave, we have to do our favorite segment of the week. It is Snack of the Week.
Snack.
Okay, Jamie, do you want me to start?
No, I think our guest should go first.
Oh, that's very nice.
Okay, I actually have 2. I have a drink and a food. Is that okay?
Oh,
Do they go together or are they just separate?
They're separate.
Okay,
but
great. I love it.
Both experienced it in the last week. Okay.
Okay.
So my food is, kind of to go off of the Ted Lasso vibe of foods that remind you of your childhood and all of the things. I actually have the snack of the week here with me.
Okay, she is a professional.
And it's actually the recipe of the lady I was talking about that taught me to cook. Her name's Keri Anne Parker. No relation.
Love it.
And this is a Crispix mix, and it's basically just like nuts and Crispix, which you don't normally buy in the store, but then there's like a yummy caramel that I make to put on top of it.
Fallon, how do you feel about that with a lot of nuts in it, though?
I just work around the nuts.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. It's
It is.
Got a real ASMR.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
Crunch.
okay. While y'all are trying, I'm gonna tell you my
I'm
drink.
going to eat a pecan.
So my husband and I bought our Christmas tree a few days ago at our local Lowe's, and it was in that Nolensville shopping center over there by Prince's and all of that stuff. And there was a new Vietnamese restaurant, and we got some food and all the things. But while I was waiting for the food, I was like, I would like to try this lavender milk tea with boba. Are y'all boba fans?
I can't say I've tried.
I'm saying I'm boba neutral.
You're boba neutral. This was like not rubber. It was like, it's inherently rubbery, but it wasn't. It felt like fresh boba, which I don't know.
Is it like bubble tea?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've had bubble tea.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's like that, but it was like lavender, and I was very into it, and it was my
I love a lavender drink.
Oh, I do
Ooh,
too.
lavender latte?
Yes.
But that's a real polarizing flavor palette for people.
London fog also.
Oh,
is
I love a London fog.
lavender London fog. Also delicious.
Okay. Love,
East Park.
Love.
East Nashville.
Oh, East Park. Yes.
Yep. So those are my snacks of the week.
Thank
Those
you
are
so
great
much.
snack
Great
of the
snacks.
week.
And thank you so much for bringing.
Yeah.
We need to
Pass it
start
around.
bringing our snacks of the week, I think.
But I've already usually eaten them, so it's real tough to do.
Fair. Okay, Jamie, what's your snack of the week?
Okay. My snack of the week, we have now reached the holiday season, and right around Thanksgiving, you know what shows up at our friendly Trader Joe's?
JoJo's.
Jingle Jangle.
Oh.
Have you ever had Jingle Jangle?
No, I thought for sure you're going to say peppermint JoJo's.
Well, those two, but Jingle Jangle, there's Jingle Jangle pretzels, and then there's a Jingle Jangle tin.
Okay.
Jingle
What does
Jangle
she look
tin, it looks like a little tin that like you would get from your grandmother, full of snacks. But it is, it's pretzels. There's some like peanut butter cups. I'm pulling up the full list of what is in Jingle Jangle. But I like to buy it for gifts for people.
Ooh.
But it's such a limited window.
Yeah.
That I literally the day after Thanksgiving I got up and I was like, no
Jingle
Black
Jangle.
Friday shopping for me. I have to go to Trader Joe's. So it is pretzels covered with milk and dark chocolate and drizzled with white chocolate.
Okay.
Dark chocolate covered caramel popcorn. Dark chocolate covered broken JoJo cookies. Milk chocolate gems with a red coating, and milk and dark chocolate mini peanut butter cups.
Wow.
Add to cart.
Did I buy 4 of them? Yes, I did.
Yes,
Well,
you
here's
did.
what's funny is it was like as they opened, and most stores stock it the day before Thanksgiving. So I thought day after Thanksgiving would be great. I show up. They'd been open for 45 minutes. I can see a lot of the people are stocking. And so I ask women, hey, because it's always in the like seasonal section that Trader Joe's has in a back corner.
Right.
And I was like, hey, do you guys have any Jingle Jangle yet? And she was like, oh yeah, it's on the pallet in the back. I can just go grab you some. And I was like, great, I really want 4 tins. She was like, okay. So she rolls out a box. And as she's rolling the box out, this other man who's like sort of been lingering around me and I couldn't figure out why, he was like, ma'am, do you have any Jingle Jangle? Between the two of us, we took almost the whole first box.
Oh my
Come on
goodness,
now.
that's amazing.
So,
Did you know you can get on a wait list at Trader Joe's?
No.
Like if there's an item that you don't see on there, you can be like, hey, take my digits, and they will call you when it comes in.
No.
so you don't have to go 5 times to see
You
if
don't
they
have to
have
go 5
goat
times.
milk creamy
What?
cheese, which
Yep.
is what I use for cream cheese
They
now.
will write down what you want, and then they will be like, I'm going to call Jamie Crockett now that goat cheese
I
stuff is
really
in.
wish I would have known that because in the month of November, I think I went 4 different times to see if they'd restocked yet, and they had not.
I
Do
would like
you know that next year, a month before Thanksgiving, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's.
Get on
and
that
I'm gonna
chip
say,
list.
Get me on that turkey stuffing chip list.
And
now.
patio chips.
Ooh,
Patio chip.
patio chips.
Okay, I want to go to Trader Joe's corporate and say, can you tell me your definition of seasonal? Because
Sure.
it is such a loose definition.
Yes.
I like a patio all year long.
All
Right.
year long.
Right. Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jingle Jangle's
Jingle
my
Jangle.
my snack of the week.
Okay, I'm going to try
Also, if you still have time, to go see if your Trader Joe's has any left.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Okay, my snack of the week, y'all. I'm still your friend. I'm still your humble, low-key Fallon Klug here. But this week, I went to Whole Foods.
Oh, I go there sometimes, so
Okay,
we can
good,
still
good,
be
good.
friends.
Woo!
Whole paycheck.
Yeah.
That's what we used to call it too. We used we used to call it that too all the time. Headed a whole paycheck to get a cookie because their brown butter chocolate chip cookie in the shelf that you buy fresh.
Fallon's lost it.
Wow.
I can't get over Whole Paycheck because it's so true. Okay. So I have a friend in town and she's obsessed with Whole Foods. So we've been there a couple times since she's been in town. And she introduced me to, drum roll please, Milton's Craft Baker's gluten-free everything crackers.
That's a lot of words.
I
but
know, but it is a lot of goodness. I'm telling you, they are so good and they're healthy. They're gluten-free. They're like a little like octagon shaped
Can we just
cracker.
really clarify quickly that just because something's gluten free doesn't mean it's healthy? I'm not saying it's not healthy, but you can't be like, well, it's gluten free, it's healthy. Just
Well,
doesn't
I'm
have
saying
doesn't have gluten in
this-
it.
This cracker is.
Okay.
And so it's like this little octagon cracker, thin. It just has like the best crunch to it, so it's like good with your salads.
Yeah.
Good with some hummus.
what'd you
I think
eat
they
it
sell
with?
those at Kroger too.
Do they?
They're like everything. Yeah, it's an octagon shape and it's like a rice cracker.
Kinda. Not ricey rice. I know what
Gotcha.
you're thinking of.
Okay.
It's a little more cracker than rice.
Okay.
But y'all, they are so good. They come in like one of those little like resealable packs. So
Everything needs to come in a resealable pack.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. I keep telling them.
Yeah.
Um.
Because if it doesn't, You just eat the whole thing.
Exactly.
Which
And or you have to throw it away
that
because
a
it's stale
problem?
because you forgot to put a rubber band and you just put it back in your cupboard like a monster.
wait, rubber band. Tell me more.
I'm saying like a chip thing. If there's no resealable, what do? You put a
Right.
rubber band around it to try or something to
Like
try
an
and-
animal.
or a clip or something.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you'll be watching movies and snacking right along with us. We'll let you know when our movie night is.
Great.
Our 10th quapple movie night.
Yes.
'Cause I
Sounds
think
like a whole movie weekend at this
Yes,
point,
it
based
is.
on the
It
number
really
of
does.
hours that I'm awake in a day.
It's
And
true.
maybe we put the recipe
Oh,
on
that's a
show
great
notes.
idea.
Yeah.
Yes, we will put the Ted Lasso biscuit recipe in the show notes so you too can have your own Ted Lasso biscuits at home. I'm sure we can find an Amazon link to little pink boxes too if you want to get really specific with it.
What a great Christmas gift for people.
That is a good Christmas gift. I love it. Okay, ladies, it's so good to be with you.
Thanks
How
for
fun.
having me.
Yes, please come back.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank y'all.
I'll eat more snacks before then.
Sorry, baby.